Hey everybody, this is Mr. Regener, and today I've got an idea for you as far as reusing. We know about reduce, reuse, and recycle. When you reuse something, you're going to take a product or something you use and then find a way to use it in like a different way, in a new way. And so I have got an example here. This is just a regular 2 liter bottle. It's been used, been emptied out. At some point between myself and my family, we drank all of this. So now I've got a bottle. What do I do with that bottle? Well, I could recycle it because it is plastic and it does have, let's see, can you see the little recycling logo on there? So I can recycle this piece of plastic. I could reduce this by maybe, not buying it, not buying as many. But today we're focused on reusing. So I want to give you some ideas here on how we might be able to reuse a plastic 2-liter bottle. So if you take a look at the screen behind me here, oh, there we go. There's our regular 2-liter bottle, right? Here, somebody has reused it by turning it into a bird feeder. So you can see some bird seed is inside of there. Let's see if you can see that without my shadow. There it is. Here, somebody used it to kind of trap the heat, I guess, and they kind of made like their own greenhouse by cutting off the top and covering their plants. Here you can see somebody, they made like a little herbal garden. They cut off the bottom of the 2-liter and they planted using some soil and some seed. This one's kind of cool. I don't know if you can tell, but they hooked up a hose, like a garden hose. They poked some holes in the top of it, and now it sprays out like a sprinkler, so they can water their garden or their grass or whatever. Here's a kind of a nifty one. You probably don't even realize it's a 2-liter bottle because they decorated it to make it look so fancy, but they turned it into a bucket. You can store some things, like here they have their phone stored in there. Here's another good one for the garden. They fill up some water in their bottles. Now these might not be 2-liter, maybe they're 20 ounces, but if you stick the lid of the bottle into the soil, that soil will take in the water as it's needed. And then the water that's not needed stays in the bottle, and then it can be used later on based on gravity because the water seeps down. Here they used it to store some things. So you've got some oats being stored, some rice being stored, all kinds of stuff like that. Here again, can't really tell it's a bottle, but it is. They use that to like put bags in, and then the bags can come out the bottom. I think they had to do some cutting and probably some painting of those as well. Here they took a regular 2-liter bottle and they made it into this amazing like vase. So I think they probably had to etch into the plastic or maybe painted it to make it look fancy, cut it into 2 different parts. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this. They made a hanging garden. So they cut off the top of it, hang it from 2 ends, and they have a garden growing inside. Ooh, this one looks fun. It's a plastic bottle bowling game. Here they made like a water dish, so it kind of for like dogs or maybe cats or something. The water seeps out as needed, and it's not going to overflow or overspill onto the floor there. Oh, look at this one. They cut out a circle and they turned it into a little birdhouse. I like it. Oh, this one's good too. Made it into like little decorative baskets. I don't know if this is for springtime or what, but they've got little flowers growing on the inside there. Here they just painted them to look like minions, and I mean, that's just kind of cool. And look at this. They made like a greenhouse out of plastic bottles. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the walls there are all made out of 2-liter bottles. The ceiling, all made out of 2-liter bottles. And then, of course, we can always recycle. So, boy, that was kind of a lot coming at you there. But I wanted to share with you some other items that we could also try to reuse. And on the back side of your reduce, reuse, recycle paper, there's a section that says reuse. I want you to look at that section, and I want you to use some of the items that I'm about to share and propose maybe some alternate ways that you could reuse them. Now, the first of which is a 2-liter bottle. If you want to share some of those ideas as an example that I just shared, great, you can jot it down. Here's another one. It's a cocoa container. Now, this is actually the very same cocoa container that I used in class the other day, and so it's now empty. Ah, bummer. But maybe there's a way I could reuse this, all right? So think of some creative ways that you can reuse this cocoa container. All right, I'm not giving anything away here. I'm just saying maybe there's another way. Think of how you can use this and maybe even think outside the box. Hey, look at this. It's just a piece of cardboard. Now this actually came in like a package that I received. So just a flat sheet of cardboard. Think of how you might be able to reuse this in maybe a creative way so that it can have like a new life and new purpose. Look at this. Who doesn't love Wendy's fries? This might have been nuggets, actually, I'm not sure. But here's a little container, obviously empty now. Can you think of a way I might be able to reuse this container so I can give it some new life, some new purpose? Here's another one. This is actually a CD case. I don't know if these are popular anymore, now that I think of it. But back in the day, boy, you got a CD case, you'd open it up, you put your CD in there, right? You can close it up and your CD is safe. So at this point, there's nothing in here. This could just be trash because I don't know where the CD went, or maybe I'm never gonna use it again. But how could I reuse something like this and give it new life? I've got one more for you. It's a plastic spray bottle. Now, there's actually nothing in here. I can try to spray the screen, but nothing comes out because it's empty. I've used it all. There's nothing more left. How could we reuse this plastic bottle, give it new life, a new purpose by reusing it? So if I had to remind you once again, we've got several items: our CD case, our plastic spray bottle, our 2-liter, the Wendy's fries, the cocoa container, and our piece of cardboard. I would like for you to try to think of how you can reuse these items and give them some new life. Record your thoughts, record your ideas on that paper, and then we'll get a chance to discuss them in class.